Okay, guys, we should be live. Let me know if you can hear me because it's a new set of headphones in. Hopefully you can hear me okay. Put one in the chat if you can. And we're just going to continue doing Water Hazard as a kind of like a mech armor type superhero with that dragon in the background. So we're going to ideally finish this character off with the rendering of the shadows and lights, and then move on to work on the dragon behind the scenes and do something on it today. Hoping to finish it, but you never know. How's everybody's Monday going, by the way? Or how's your weekend been? Let me know. And while we're at it, we'll just get into it. So get used to using my little keypad bit here from Pen Tips. It's very useful, the shortcuts for Procreate. It's got like all the key features on it. It's just a case of getting used to it into the workflow still, which is quite cool. Okay, so I'm guessing it's probably a case of continuing where we left off with the more the kind of like the highlight parts of this one to work on the bits where the light's hitting with this brush, as it were, giving it the almost metallic texture that we were working on last time. There are a few things I want to try out over the next coming weeks, and that would be quite cool. But yeah, are you guys hearing me okay and getting the stream okay? Hopefully you are hearing me okay. It should be coming through. Just put one in the chat so I know. Hey, Pixel does there. Ah, cool. You guys can hear me. That's good. How's it going? And congratulations on your success. Have you reached 10K yet? Or are you a little bit away? Awesome. Everybody can hear me okay. That's good. I swapped the headpiece over. I've got two sets of headphones that are identical. Um, so it's kind of hard to remember which one's which, but I had to plug this one in earlier. I've got a few cool things coming up on the channel for the new year for you guys over Christmas. We've got a possible new series dropping either this side of Christmas or just after, which should be quite good. Nice. Congratulations on that. That's not a problem, Red Knight. I will be sending the regional pictures out this week. I haven't had a chance to do it because of a manic weekend, obviously being Christmas. But the submissions that were done for part one will be sent out to the respective submitters by the end of this week. And then we'll be moving on to the next one, which will be part two coming at the end of the month, which should be quite good. Full disclosure, there is a reason why it's at the end of the month, but I can't do anything else on that. Hey, Kingpin Creations, how's it going? It'll become apparent why the redraws split into two instead of being like week by week. It's at the end, um, which is going to be quite cool. I'm just trying to give a bit of a highlight effect and a bit more of the metal going forwards because we started the effect, but we know it's kind of going to be a bit of like a back and forth between the brushes to erase parts as we go along, as well as add it to it. You're stuck at work, are you? I've done my work for the day, and I've done my martial arts, and now I'm doing my live stream. Hey, Apple Flavors. Nope, absolutely hammering down the rain today, and a lot of fog on the roads. But other than that, it's been good. Excuse me. It's been really good in terms of fun at martial arts, which is always fun. I'm learning a quite fun pattern. Apparently, there's about 100 moves in it, and I'm only going to move about 19, maybe 20. So lots to do, but it's quite cool. Um, I think it'll be a draw, Red Knight. Unicron obviously is huge and is a planet, but Galactus is a planet eater, like Unicron. Be quite interesting. How do you stop fruitcake from falling apart? Because 3 out of 4 fell apart. Figure out what you did right on the fourth one. I'm not sure. I don't really eat a lot of fruit. I'm very bad and healthy. Um, I don't eat a lot of fruitcake. So if anyone in the chat knows, let us know. Yeah, Kingpin, end of the year is hectic and spontaneous. You got a video dropping later, haven't you? Um, oh, it wasn't fancy creatures, it wasn't dragons. It was JoJo stands as, are they demons or something like that? I'm taking a guess because got to have a guess. Yeah, I thought it was demons going on, but I'm not entirely sure. Oh, it's out. I didn't even know it was out. I've literally just gotten in, grabbed the bite to eat, and just working on the stream. So awesome. I may have to pinch the Digital Circus Venomized on a video for an idea at some point. I will give credit to your channel though, because you've given me the idea. I did and ah about it, but you've had some success on that. So I'll either do. I think one video I'm definitely going to do is either Digital Circus Venomized or Murder Drones Venomized. Yeah, banter episodes are really weird because you've got to get the personalities across, and yeah, it's not always straightforward, is it? Nice joke there, Apple flavors. Red Knight, have you had your plushie arrive yet? Because it's Christmas, so if you get it, that'd be awesome. All right, I'm going to go back to the normal way of doing the shading now on these layers. Do you want to go on the light layer? No, I want the overlay first. Ah, overlay. Amazing Venomized Circus was so fun to do. Shout out to the person who suggested it originally. Who suggested it originally? I've got no idea. Um, I do have a potential new series starting on the channel as well. I'm not going to give any spoilers. It's a potential new topic. I don't know how in depth I'm going to go with it yet, or what I'm going to do for the first episode. But I thought of something that hasn't really been done by me or any other artist I know at the moment, which would be quite cool. Which OC, Red Knight? Which OC? Because if my OCs meet, they'll probably it could be interesting. I don't really know what they're happening in that one, to be honest. I just want to try something different with this one for the actual rim lighting effect. So it could be quite interesting. There's not much to do on this one now. I think that's pretty much this guy done until I do the lighting effect. So let's have a look at the lighting. Okay, so I want really bright color, potentially the company. Yes. Yeah, I can't remember. I think the username was just at Pain. Are they from Naruto? Uh, Red Knight, please. I understand you're excited. You're a pick, and I love a good possibility now and again. What was that? I wonder what happened if Frostbite. Yeah, I don't know what happens if Frostbite met one of my OCs. It's going to be It'll be interesting if they do. I don't know what's happening on that one yet. I've got certain plans for that redraw to finish off a part two, which I can't spoil yet. So you're going to have to wait and find out what happened. Um, which is always good fun. Always a bit chaotic to figure out, but we'll get there in the end. I have to say there are a few episodes. Sorry. Okay, there is a community post where I know what's won. I need to see if it's going to be a valid option for what's won. I said what you want to see in December. Now, if the winning one is done, if it is, I haven't decided yet, then potentially that would probably fall under a different month like January or something. So it will be done. It's just a case of that. Those who know, know. Those who don't know, don't know. And those who haven't been contacted yet, haven't been contacted yet. Because I haven't decided if I'm doing it. Hey, Maureen, how's it going? What would my OC say if they do meet Frostbite? I mean, all of them, and will they get on Frostbite? No, because Frostbite's the bad guy. Frost Knight's an enemy. Frost Knight's looking for Loki. They won't get on with him. It'll just be. I think you'll find Ehrenvold would want to fight him because he's got the big sword. That could be it, Tegan. It could be special cases for the fruitcake. Uh, Stuck at school or at home in the rain and the chaos and everything, maybe. I don't know. I don't know where you are in the world, so I can't really tell. I was working my 9 to 5 job, my full-time job, and then I was continuing on my other elements that I've been doing. Yeah, I need that to be the solid input. Studio ink will be fun for that. So this is kind of I kind of I know what I want to do with this effect, but I'm doing it bit by bit just to see how it works. Uh, 'Cause I've never really done this before, so it's going to be quite interesting. It's going to be very interesting. I just want to test this out to see how it looks with this style, if it works well or not. But the trick is to block the colors out solidly first and then work on it after. Um, what have we got? Red Knight. I'm looking forward to Christmas. I get my youngest this year for Christmas, which is going to be really awesome. It's going to be good fun, and Christmas is fun. We're seeing friends, family. Gaha19 says, "Hey DempseyJ, thank you so much for choosing my submission in the redraw episode Dawn of Chaos. Not a problem. I quite like the design, and I hope you like the pose that I did. I wanted to do more kind of a dynamic pose with it, uh, just because she had the whip, and I was thinking, how can I get this to work? So hopefully I pulled it off. Um, as I said to Red Knight earlier, I will be sending the submissions out this week. It's just a case of it's been a bit of a manic weekend, so I haven't had a chance to do that yet. But in the next couple of days, everybody who was chosen will be getting their submissions sent to them. But don't forget, there is a part two at the end of the month, and there'll be more submissions being sent out, which will be awesome and quite fun. Uh, I thought it says, okay, so for leaving early on, but I want to go to another stream that Mr. Bunny John is hosting. Hope you understand. That's fine. You don't have to say where you're going. If you got to shoot, then shoot, and then yeah, if you come back in time before we finish, then come back. But have fun. And yes, the next community redraw is fake one. Submissions are open on email and Discord. They should be potentially. There's a link to the bottom of this video. If not, there'll definitely be links on the end of Friday's redraw video, the Dawn of Chaos. So check it out if you're interested. Um, I'm, guys, I'm curious as to why the font for the next going to redraw is Pokemon or Fake Font or whatever you're calling them. That would be the third time you've used this prompt. Now there is a reason for that, but I'm not telling you. Um, it's an experiment I'm doing. Well, actually, I'll tell you, but it's an experiment I'm doing on my side to find out what's happening in terms of a few things. But also, I decided the one starting the year off would be something with that, but it kind of ties into. What did I say? It's got links to other things that are happening throughout December in there. So you'll have to try and piece it together from the videos, but there is a complete reason for it. Um, thanks, Kingpin. I appreciate that. That was one of the weirdest poses to try and do, to be honest. It was not that easy a pose to pull off for the character, just because you lose an arm behind the character, and the reference pose I used for that didn't even have a whip in their hand, so I had to improvise the whip to go in. So that's my years of experience on YouTube working on it. Um, but no, it was quite fun. I did enjoy doing poses, and I'm trying to make things more dynamic on some of the poses, as well as some static poses that look quite cool. Galahan19 says, "Hey, have you seen My Hero Academia's Cowboys by Kingpin Creations?" I have seen all but the latest video by Kingpin Creations. I avidly jump in and out from time to time, as well as answer some questions on the Discord because they've joined our Discord, which is awesome. Oh, and if you've got any art questions, feel free to fire them into the chat and I'll answer them because that's going to be kind of what we do. I want to do chats. If you guys want any specific tutorials or anything, put them in the comments for me on the live streams or the videos. I'm looking at some point, if we get enough, to potentially doing a how-to series. I don't know if it's going to take full fruition, but I'm interested in the possibility of doing a how-to series on the channel next year to help artists who are, give my personal experience and my thoughts on tips, whether it's in short format or a long video or a live stream or something, just so everybody, I can share some knowledge and you might find it useful, you might not. It depends on your personal style and preference. But I am going to be looking into the potential of doing a series like that, um, as well as my current shorts that just share, the content out there. Hey Justin, I will catch up with you in just a second. Loki just planned something. Me, hello, can I pet you? Oh, you're getting yeah. The Tegan. Doesn't matter. Marin has to make part. Oh, oh, Marin, you. Yeah, I'm not going to comment on that because I'm staying at that. But damn, yeah, you've had a fun day. Justin says, can you do the narrator's reaction if they had a mobile game? The context is Nexum is the one that found out this, but nobody else knows about it until Nexum brings it up. I'll think about how to do that, Justin, just because that's quite a very specific scenario. Um, so it may need planning out just a little bit more. Oh, in case anybody's wondering what I'm doing with this blue light, I'm going to use two light sources of different colors on this illustration. I want a blue light coming from one side and a different color light coming from the other one. Uh, all on the same day. Oh my God, Marin, that's terrible. I'm okay. I've been at work, which is just work. A few painful projects, but it's just the nature of the job. And then I've been to martial arts, which is awesome. And I'm drawing this. You guys, don't worry about your grammar, Marin. It's fine. Um, Red Knight says, like in that first redraw video, my one is the only human so far. Um, how do you mean so far? Because the Madame Krampus is a humanoid character and was originally human. That's cursed. It was a good storyline, Galahad 19. I did enjoy the fact that betrayed and cursed and that. Try to get some flakes off the face of a snowflake, but you'll see it on the final version. Um, Kingpin Creations, thank you. I really appreciated both the videos and the advice. It's been a lot of help. Yeah, I remember when I started out and I was taking advice from loads of people. In fact, if I do a certain video, I will be pointing out a artist I've recently found that I just love their style. They've inspired this like brim lighting type thing. It's absolutely insane. They don't have a lot. They don't have a lot of videos, but damn, is it incredible art. It's inspired me to do a certain topic in that. Actually, there's two artists that have inspired me to do the topic, so I will share that if I do the video. I'm not going to share it beforehand because it'll spoil the surprise of this potential new series. Um, that's not a problem, Marin. If you can jump in and out, that's fine. If you've got to do that presentation, by all means, get the presentation done. Um, how do I do the eyes for frostbite? The trick is to do a lightish blue color first if you watch the video. And then what you do is you do a darker multiply layer, about 40% opacity or something, in a dark color for the shadows. But you got to remember it's layered on top of each other. So it's supposed to be transparent, which means you'll see blocks or shapes through it. But if it's solid, you'll see shadows from where it's clumped on top of each other. Imagine if you see snow and someone stepped in it or snow on the ground, you get the odd bumps in it. And you just take that form for the ice like compact, and then you just do that with some highlights. Uh, but yeah, it's a bit tricky, but that is basically how I did that. And just I just used my standard lighting and shadow technique that I've gone through a few times. I just make sure the base color is kind of like a gradient between a blue, purple, and a light bluey green. It gives you your gradient on the ice. May I suggest something for future community redraws? Why not give out more character descriptions for some episodes, like a characters that you come up with and we try to design? Um, I am thinking of something like that, but I'm also thinking of the reverse. I'm thinking of doing a series. You will be able to do this by doing a hashtag on something like Instagram on your Instagram or something, where I redraw your OCs in a certain style. I'm not set on it yet, but it'll be in my style, but it's redrawing some of your original characters as an extra bonus, whether that'll be shorts or a video or something. From time to time, I need to see if there's time to do that. But to do descriptions in future community redraws is a possibility as well. I do like dropping some out, but I need to make sure the story's at a certain point before I can do that. Um, hey, Left for Turtles, how's it going? Uh, Oh, I'm playing the Black Clover mobile game right now, by the way. I garage you would be if you're playing a mobile game. Isn't that the one that just came out recently? Or am I thinking of something different? We'll catch you later, Marin. Frostbite is still human, but the other two are demon. Okay. Cedric Hayward, does the TV series on Netflix called The Guardian? I would like to see you do one of those characters in your own. Um, The Guardian. I'll have to check that out. I'm not sure if I've seen that or not. There's a possibility that I may do TV characters or something and then draw them in my style with a twist. I do need to do TV characters or cartoon things as monsters at some point, so it may be one of the ones that I do on that. Um, Leave it on the comment, just say like The Guardian on Netflix, and I would see. I'll have a look. I don't know if I've seen it or not. It sounds familiar, but I'm not sure because I need to catch up on my Netflix, to be honest. I'd set a load to add to my wish list when I'd watch everything I wanted to watch on Netflix, and I've just left it for a few weeks or months. Um, I'm still mad that I can't get the special character because it won't drop for me. It's just pot luck. Oh, Pokemon characters as Voltron. That'd be quite interesting. Welcome back, Apple Flavors. Garnet, he said, hey, in the last live stream, I asked you what live action series do you deserve an anime adaptation. You have you come up with any more ideas since then? No. There are a massive amount of live series. Actually, John Wick. It's not well, it's a film series, but John Wick would be quite cool. It might already be one. I know, I know Keanu Reeves. They made him into a John Wick character into like a cartoon thing and that. But it'd be quite cool to have an official anime version. That would be quite cool, actually. I'm also taking a bit more time on what I'm doing on this time with the lighting. So I want to try and figure out this lighting enough to be correct in a sense for where it's hitting. It's very difficult to figure out lighting when you're blocking out colors. It's called the Guardian Code. I will. I'll make a note of that actually. Where's my pen? Netflix. If I can get it on my Netflix, because some things are regional on Netflix, then I'll definitely check it out. That's all I can promise, to be honest, because it's kind of like a based on region and places in the world. Some series that you guys get over in the USA and that I don't get in the UK. Umbrella Academy is Power Rangers. I've already been asked for Pokemon as Power Rangers, so I might do certain series as Power Rangers, maybe. Um, Ben says, Dempsey, is that a Xenomorph Digital Circus getting downloaded onto your devices? If it is, it's not here yet. That's not a bad idea, actually, a Xenomorph version of that. I know there is a video that's probably dropped already, which is Pokemon as Xenomorph. I could tell by the trailer bits and stuff on Popcross's community tab. So I bet people have been there first. I'll watch it later on. Um, Um, Justin, search up Power Rangers Unworthy, and you get bad guys becoming Power Rangers in the series. It's a couple of years old. Um, Ben says you could turn Ghostbusters into an Alien versus Predator story. Also, I only got one like for the pop culture and your characters fused. Ah, yeah, I know it's really tricky because some good ideas don't always get the likes. However, I will probably take some of the ideas from that comment and turn them into stuff later on. I know the winning one is I believe the winning one actually is probably the first suggestion by Animations, which is quite cool. And I don't know if that will happen or not because of the nature of it. There's a lot involved in that, so that may not be a December video if it goes down that route. Uh, oh, Red Knight, you'll find that out eventually later down the lead, later on down the line. But if you do, they were briefly mentioned in the last redraw video on Friday. Uh, Not massively, but they were briefly mentioned, the previous team. Doesn't tell you what happened to them, just, well, it does in a sense, but it doesn't. I like being cryptic. Right, I need to just make sure I get all these. Right. Yeah, you just watched it. Yeah, I love the idea for that. I've got an idea for something that not even Popcross has done. I just need to get around to doing it. Uh, I say that now. If I don't jump on it within the next week or two, I expect he'll probably just suddenly do it, and I'll be like, oh. But yeah, I've been inspired to do a potential new series, which I'll be dropping with stuff I haven't actually worked with on the channel. I'm getting good at this. Things I haven't done on the channel so much, which is quite fun. I'm not giving any spoilers, by the way. I'm not telling you what it is or what's going on. Mario copy and paste is beautiful. Venomized Supers, your favorite Ranger series is Power Rangers Samurai. That's quite cool. Podcast is on a Pokemon Grand Prix. Why? Is that because he's doing another one later on? Hey, Hart. No, I started early, Hart. Don't worry. I started a little bit early just to get on with some of this. Um, I'm glad you're here, Apple Flavors. Yeah, sometimes the data and the videos over YouTube and that does go a bit funky. I'm not 100% why, but it just does. We'll potentially get a bit light there. This side should get some on the mask. Not a huge amount, but there will be a little bit because it's not covered. That potentially all of this bit to here would get a little bit of light. Yeah. What have we got? Repulse was a Power Ranger. Yeah, she was. Did you want to see them more? Okay. Oh, he's doing them for the same the next 2 Mondays. Oh, that's fine. I've got one lined up for Friday. Um, I'm gonna let you guys know. It's basically Paradox Pokemon as Demons is happening Friday. Because that's what was voted for on the poll. So I've decided to do that for this Friday. Well, unless I change my mind. So currently that's what it will be. I don't mind saying that one out because it's a Pokemon episode and it's going to be quite cool. I picked the Paradox Pokemon. I just have to draw them and then write the script. But yeah, it's going to be fun. Um, uh, Omen Heart. I haven't this week. It's been absolutely manic. I haven't gotten past basically where I got the last time on it, but I will be reading it coming up this weekend because I've got some time available now that I had to sort some very important bits out. Um, Lauren, as long as you tweak it to sound like you've written it and you rewrite some of the sentences in your own words, it's fine. Use it as a basis. Uh, a Xenomorph Heat Blast set my car apart. No, I need my car. Hmm. Loki like yarn balls. He's a cat. I expect he will do. Du-du-du-du-du-du. Could do something for mini force, maybe. I do have a few things lined up for this month. I have. I'm aiming to get the Murder Drones episode out. I've been teasing at some point this month, if not by the start of the year. And there's a few other things that I want to work on and get sorted. So I do have some fun things coming up. Potential new series too, or a kind of new series, but not. It's a new topic that hasn't been done. I actually thought of a fun thing I could do with SCPs. I can't say it out loud though. I don't want people taking ideas and suggesting them elsewhere. I thought it. I did think there would be quite fun ways, a fun thing I can do with the SCPs that hasn't actually been done yet. I don't think so. Like I say, I've got a load of ideas. Actually, I need to jot that down before I forget it. It's a reverse spin on something else. Um, so it'll be interesting. SCPs is a topic you want to work with. Is that existing SCPs or making your own ones up or turning things into SCPs? It's actually a really easy topic to do because all you need to do is set it out in a certain format. In fact, I'm happy to send you the basic test format from a script because I just took it from the actual page on the SCP Foundation website where it's set out with object class, or item class, or item is the SCP number. Object is the classification, so it's object class. Special containment procedures is just information about the special containment, and description is just talking about the SCP. Um, you got a really ridiculous idea for it. Oh, I want to know now, but I don't want you to blurt it out and like spoil the surprise. Yeah, just drop me a message on the Discord, just asking for the SCP format, and I'll drop it in. It's really basic. I mean, it's not anything anybody can't get themselves. I'll just drop in my script from the last one that I did. Pokemon's SCP's Venomized, so you get an idea. I'll just drop in one section from that. Um, Heart. So I did two in one different designs for Fake One Monster. Basically, one is for your community redraw and the other is for Popcross community redraw. But I don't know if I should do it in one email or two. You need to do it in separate emails. You can't fire the same design in an email to me and Popcross if they're slightly different. It'd have to be two separate emails, one to his, one to mine. I didn't even know he was doing Fake One. It was his own fantasy beast, wasn't it? It's not a dragon. Or technically a Fake One if it's not a dragon, it could be a fantasy beast. But yeah, I'm happy for you to send it in via email, but you're gonna have to just make sure you do two separate emails, one for me, one for them, Omen Heart. Um, it's the only real way to do that, I'm afraid. If we had the exact same theme and that, you might have gotten away with it, but we don't have the same email addresses, so that's another issue. I did toy with the idea of making the submissions email only, just because of Discord's lack thereof, but yeah. Okay, so that's pretty much done. So now I want to do is create that on the other side. Actually, I'll show you a trick as well. So once you've got it, if you duplicate it, you Gaussian blur it out to create a glow, which is quite nice. And you go on top and you darken the color or you work on it. You can actually give this almost like this burn. You can give it an outline as well with the glow. So it actually looks quite cool. And we'll be doing that with a bright green color as well, or a greenish color. Um, that color might do on the reverse side, which will look quite cool. Okay, see you later, Red Knight. That's not a problem. Look behind you. The narrator's trying to recreate the Melon Lord scene. That'd be interesting. Ben says, Dempsey, did you notice my SCP's guest for your video? Your SCP guess for my video, what, the Pokemon one, or did you guess it was SCPs? Uh, Not sure. I might have, I might not. Um, I've seen your comments. I just can't remember which videos or what video you're on about. SCPs is Pokemon. Wait, a guess for my video? Uh, that's actually not a bad idea. That wasn't what I was thinking. It was a different a different thing. But yeah, no, that's not a bad idea actually. I might steal that. Uh, I will give credit if I steal it. I will say the comment from you. Justin says Dempsey only use the D&D alignment. Where would you put the narrators on personality? I don't know. Nexon's probably got the highest intelligence, but he's got a grouchy personality. Aaron I don't know. I need to think on that one, Justin. That's not quite as easy as I think. Evan Hart, the fake monster designs are two different versions of an evolution for a fake one from before. That's fine. It's just a case of if you're going to send them in, you need to send one in, decide which one it's going to, and it's got to be one email. Don't send two submissions in, because only one will get picked. Everyone won't. Yeah, just looked up and saw it. Yeah, the reverse of a Pokemon as SCPs. Yeah, that could be a good one. I've got another series of SCPs too. I could make SCPs as Yu-Gi-Oh monsters. That's another one we could do. Um, Let me continue drawing these kind of shadow-based silhouettes here because this is going to be. I'm going to try and get a load of this in one go. It's one of the plus sides of working on this here, but it's also the downside is that I sort of work my way through what we've got. Of course, it's going to be quite a bright light, so it's going to pick up on a variety of areas. But I want to try and see what this lighting effect looks on the character, if it adds to it or not in this current style. I mean, if it doesn't, then I'm probably going to just drop it for now, kind of on this. But it doesn't really look like much to start with until you start adding the details, and then it'll start dropping in nicely to what I kind of want. We might get a little bit showing there potentially. Midnight, thanks. And first, I'll get a good Christmas. Yeah, hopefully I'll get one. Dempsey, is that a blue demon destroying your neighbor's car? Oh, if it is, I'll let it go do it. That's fine. King Creations, what do you use to draw on? I know it's Procreate, but do you have a drawing monitor? Okay, so I use Procreate down here mainly on the iPad. Pencil. I do have an XP pen, Artist 24 Pro, which is basically this monitor here that I can draw on using Photoshop. I do have a copy of Coral Painter, but that's very expensive. I've got Photoshop, Coral Painter. I've got Sketchbook, same as Popcross has got. Have I got any more art programs? Uh, Painter, Sketchbook, Photoshop. Oh, and I got Clip Studio Paint. So I can do some on those. I just don't use them very often, if at all. I need to get into the habit of using them. But I do have that drawing monitor. I don't really draw on the monitor itself. I draw on the iPad more because it's portable and out and about. But I am going to, in the new year, look to do a couple of illustrations, even if they're just illustrations for me, and I just post the final artwork and do it as a bonus for you guys. That's happening on here. The enemy for the new episode, Doctor Who, is behind me. You mean the nothing? The things that take your form and learn your thoughts, the more you think. Oh, I better be talking slow. The things that take you take your essence and you know. But the arms are a little bit too long. Yes, I am a Doctor Who fan, and I have watched the episode, which is good fun. Okay, I have an XP 12 and I was looking to upgrade maybe. Yeah, I mean, I ended up with a bit of spare cash one day by pure chance, and I basically bought the monitor. It doubles as a second monitor for my work as well. So it's got a dual purpose. It is a second monitor for my work and reference images and that, but it's also for my drawing, which I need to get into a little bit more. I do have Clip Studio on the iPad as well and Sketchbook. Coral Paint doesn't have anything for it, but Coral Paint used to have the best penciling sketch. So I'm thinking of amending a workflow to confuse you guys in a video and having the sketch done in Coral Painter on something, or do use different art programs to do different illustrations in the same video. But I need to think about that. So I need to work it out. But yeah, um, that's hopefully going to pick a little bit up. That's going to have a bit. That's definitely going to pick a bit up. Use that bit there. Potentially that's going to have a bit, and then that's going to come down here and some. It's weird trying to think where you want the lines of like block color to go and then blocking them in. It is really weird. It's not too bad, but it is really weird. And then also where you want the highlighting light bit to go, because it's going to be affecting certain areas on here. Dempsey, you could do SCPs as Digital Circus, SCPs as Digimon, SCPs as Bentones, SCP as Lilo Stitch Experiments, SCP as FNAF Animatronics. I have got something I was planning to do for FNAF Animatronics if I turn something into it already, but they're not that bad as a set of suggestions there, Ben. Certainly quite a few more ideas than what I was initially planning myself on it, so that's quite cool. I am looking to do a change up, so. Like I said, I don't know if you're here at the start, Ben. There may be a change in short topic. So if anybody's got art questions or anything that they want to know how to do specifically, put them in the comments on the video because uh, I can then use them for content, like how to do certain lighting effects, how to draw this, how to do composition. If there's stuff you really need to know that you don't know, and even if I don't know, I can learn it and share it in a video. Um, Omen Hart says, out of every Doctor Who villain, that scares me from the flesh-eating shadow, Mercury Water, Weeping Angels, and the mask you, my mummy child. Nothing scares me even more than the others combined. I think the one that scares me more than the nothing, nothing's a fine, but the one that scares me the most out of Doctor Who isn't the nothing. It isn't the Weeping Angels. It's a classic. It's the Daleks. They keep coming back, and basically the Doctor saved Davros, creating the Daleks his most dangerous enemy. So yeah, um, I saw the community code post. My single answer is SCPs. Oh, that'd be an interesting one. But no, I'm potentially doing a new series stuff after Christmas and looking to it. But there's also some other stuff that I am looking to do. So the shorts are going to be changing potentially for tutorials. There's going to be and how tos. There's going to be potentially another series added which hasn't been picked up yet. I'd say it's one that Popcross hasn't even done yet. So you know, I will be getting that. I've started planning that out already, and I will be doing something with it, and then hopefully it'll branch on to more stuff. I've had a thought, and I've wanted to do it and done a bit of research today in that, and I'm really keen to push this new potential series quite the way if it does well. So if it does well, I will be really happy to kind of like just push it more and expand on it throughout stuff. Okay, so I want to do the same thing I did before. So duplicate that, have that normal, Gaussian blur that out, and then set that top one to linear. Oh, linear burn's probably not the right one. Screen, that'll work. Maybe the other one should be a screen as well. Potentially. Uh, merge down, merge down. Should have kept the glow, and then I can just tweak the opacity slightly. Make about the same, 62. And get rid of that. I quite like that. That's got quite a nice, kind of like an effect of a light source to it on both of these, which is quite cool. The thing that I've got to do now is I've got to actually find a head, so merge all of these down to save some layers, which is going to be interesting. And obviously, I need to group all of this together, lock it, unlock that and delete that, turn that layer on, and then we start working on the dragon. It's going to be really interesting on that background, but yes, we will start working on that shortly. Look at that new pencil. We'll turn the background color to be white for this currently, just because we need to continue with the dragon theme and build it up. So let's see the size of that. Okay, that could be interesting. Let's have a quick look a second. Okay, Marin, okay. Owen Hart. Are you going to do Webtoon characters or something? Potentially Owen Hart. It is on the list. I've got a few that I've already pre-planned for this month happening and the start of January, but after that, it is on the potential list. Um, no worries, Kingpin. In fact, I am going to take a quick break a minute. As you know, we all sometimes need to do. So I'll be back in about 2 minutes. I'm going to mute the mic. Just bear with me, and I'll be back shortly. If you've got any questions, whack them in the chat, and I'll get them when I get back. I am back. What did I miss? Or did I not? And you guys were waiting for me. I'm curious if I should do that in. Hmm. Oh, that's awesome, Minecraft or MT's Tech Corner. How's your how are your videos going in that now? I absolutely love your transformer animations you do. I know they take a long time, but I absolutely love them. And you, yeah, if you guys haven't seen it before, check out Minecraft Transformers. He basically goes in the game Minecraft and builds Transformers through all the generations, films, series, and all that lot. And they are absolutely amazing and takes a lot of patience, probably more than what I've got. So be sure to check it out. And if you want to, Minecraft, put a link to your channel in the chat. Any issues putting the link in the channel, let me know and I'll just add you as a mod on that account. um, right, so time to work on the dragon. I'm just going to draw this straight out in the Comic Inker. So we've got Water Hazard, he's got a very particular design to him. So what I thought would be quite fun is potentially giving the dragon a similar feel to it. I'm not so worried about the proportions on line weights and stuff on this to a degree because it is a dragon after all. Yeah, that's why it's Minecraft Transformers. It's pretty cool and pretty works pretty well. We've got some good we've got some extremely talented people in the chat, to be honest, with the artworks. Whether it's idea creation, the art that's drawn, the platforms they use to create their builds or designs. It is really cool. Minecraft Response says, hey, how about this for community redraw? Have subscribers design their own final bosses. Do you know the biggest, strongest character at the end of whatever game? Oh, that's not a bad idea, actually. Um, that could be quite an interesting one. Hmm. That might be actually be a good idea, Ham 19. So I had that come up with that, but I want to know that came up there. The dragon's basically going to be an extension of the Ben 10 alien, so it's going to have some features of water hazards, but I think it'd be good to combine it together. Um, kind of working about the composition and how it works. I could have gone with contrasting colors or a contrasting alien, which would be quite cool. Maybe I should do, but it's going to be quite interesting. I also thought of an idea for you guys for a community redraw, but it's coming after the fake one. Yeah, after the January 24 one, it'll be probably announced for it, and then I'll be looking to do the ones that I've mentioned before. Um, I was thinking the other day I do need to do a steampunk video. I just need to know what topic I want to do for it. So that is potentially happening at some point. It could be start of next year, but it is in the production stage. It's in my head, so I just need to figure out if it's going to be more My Hero Academia or another series. Emmy Hart says, I think you do something with old cartoons like Where on Earth is Carmen San Diego, Freakazoid, Jetsons, Flintstones, Godzilla. Oh, I've got something planned for that as well. I'm going to be doing some of retro ones. I've got Brave Stars, Silverhawk, Centurions. Someone wants GoBots at one point. Space Ghost, Mighty Mouse. There are hundreds. I might even do something with uh, Gem, Denver the Last Dinosaur, Visionaries. There's hundreds we can go on to. Yeah, they could. Jahan 19 says, yeah, they could design their own Final Boss in style of whatever game, like World of Warcraft or Final Fantasy or whatever. I'd need to know. The key thing for that is I'd need to know what game it was for to be able to draw that in my style, but get the essence of that game, or it wouldn't make any sense. But it is potential. It is definitely has potential. If I'm not done that, I need to get the button a little bit going here. I've got enough dragons to get the basic shapes down. Um, without having to worry too much about a few things. And it's going to be a bit more cartoony. I want more detail on the main character. But I also want to add features to the dragons that kind of work for what's being done. Which is quite cool. I will at some point probably do some illustrations that aren't kind of like pop culture related and that. I don't know if they're going to be videos or shorts. Metabox is on the list as well. I used to love that. I used to play the game of that all the time. Yeah, I'm tempted to do a My Hero Academia one again. It has been a while. It's back in May I did that one, I think. So it has definitely been a while for the My Hero Academia one. So I am tempted to do that again. But we shall see. It's definitely something that's in my head and food for thought at the moment. It's just getting time to do that amongst everything else. I think the key thing to remember is I when I was doing 2 videos before I did live streams, I had it set out and I was burning myself out quite a fair bit, which is why I started the live streams as well as the watch out aspect. But one factor is I do want to be able to get back to being ahead on videos or knocking 2 videos out. The only drawback is working full time limits how much I can get done in a go. So there will be times where I will be working on some videos ahead in time, mainly the scripts more than anything else. I've planned a ton of videos out. But there's also going to be times when I need to do an artwork dosage, and I might do the artwork for part one of the video and then do the artwork for part two. But I need to find time to do that around everything else, which is, as everybody knows, time is not a friend to a lot of people. Oh, I know Medabots can have different parts. Them being mech armors is a bit too obvious, though. We would just basically be redrawing Medabots in my style as mech armors because they kind of are robots or kind of like like mechs. But doing them as dragons or dinosaurs or something else would be really cool. Or broken animatronics. Medabots as broken animatronics could be quite a cool concept. I have to have a think about it because it's once I ever think about it, I should be able to nail the one that'll work. Also want to add a little hooded bit on here. Not hugely, just a little tiny hooded bit. Hello Boss characters as dinosaurs, Blitz as a carnotaur. Didn't Popcross do something like that with them? Hasn't he already turned them into dinosaurs? I mean, if he has, there's no problem. I could always do it. I just have to put it out as a poll to see what needs doing. I'm trying. Basically, at the moment, even though I'm doing the same, dragons, demons, mech armors, and stuff like we do, I want to try and branch into some new stuff. And I want to experiment in January with new concepts. So, for example, I am not an animator. I know basics of animation and a few things, but I don't really animate things. So I'm looking to maybe do something to do with Procreate Dreams, whether I create a simple animation and review it. And could do a video over Christmas for that if you guys are interested. My take on it, I mean, I think it's a great program for what I've seen so far, but there's so many little tips and tricks in it that I'm learning. I haven't actually gotten down to doing animation, but it is kind of planned in my head. I want to do some stuff with it. I want to use it to add some unique flair to my own kind of to everything that I've got of my own, which would be quite cool. But again, it's a case of working things out so they work right. So what you guys want to do as well. I mean, I could drop it out and see what happens, experiment on the odd one, but there'll be bonus episodes. So anything I experiment on will be additional to what I currently do. Yeah, no worries. I'll catch you next time, Galahad 19. Uh, I do want to do this. Effectively, this dragon's just going to be like a kind of like a version of Water Hazard as a dragon, which would be quite cool. Who have we got in the chat? I know we've got probably about 6 viewers. How many likes have we got? Can we get to 20 likes? That'd be the awesome thing. When we get to 20 likes, it'll push it out a bit more. Oh, I needed that drink. It's nice and cold. Um, Here's a question for you guys. Who's got their Christmas stuff up yet? Christmas tree? Any of the decorations? Are you behind? Are you ahead? Is it too soon? Have you gone like had your tree up for the last month and hidden it away so nobody can know? I mean, I only put my tree up this weekend with the boys. It's the first weekend in December that I had both of them. So it's really exciting because it's like, yes, hey, Total, glad you can join. Oh, cool, we got 14 likes, nice. How have you been, Total? And I'm glad you could catch the stream too. I'm working on the dragon, but it's going to be the accompanying piece to this guy. It's going to be a similar style dragon as well, the lightning and that once it's done. But I kind of like taking him out so I can do most of the dragon's drawing and work on the funner aspects of what we're doing. So I'm just working on the character. I'm not too worried about the line weight on this one because it's going to be a background piece more than anything else. Oh, something that's been brought up near the end of November. Please ignore misspellings. Oh, the decor? About decorations. I'm not sure what you're trying to say. I think I kind of get it, but I kind of don't. Turtle says, being pretty good, man. Work has just been eating up my time. The same. Work is just always manic. It doesn't matter which industry you're in. This time of year, work is just always manic. So it has been eating up my time as well. I am looking forward to, well, I say some time off, but I don't. All my time off over Christmas, over then with the family, is still going to be working behind the scenes on video and content. I might actually have to put extra hours in to ensure that I have content for you guys, but I don't miss family time. So I might have to put some extra hours in the next couple of weeks. Late nights, no sleep. The classic fun part. I haven't decided on that yet, but or do some really simple videos. Suppose that's why Popcross is doing a load of Pokemon videos. They are really easy to do. Once you got a Pokemon, draw it, tweak it a bit, and off you go. Um, but yeah, what do you guys want to see on the channel? Is there any particular series you guys think might do really well on the channel? Whack it in the chat now, and I'll screenshot the screen. Can you guys hear me now? Yeah? It appears my app muted me. My actual software just muted me while I went and looked at something else briefly. A notification. That is really weird. Did that before. Um, yeah, I do apologize, guys. So basically, I read out Omenheart's statement. I've said to Minecraft to put his suggestion, DM me on uh, Discord or something. So I've got it. I'll put in the video suggestions on there so I don't lose it or comment and just tag me in it. It could have been Loki's doing, yes. Oh, Justin wanted me to speak about something or say something a certain way. Justin, what was it you wanted again? Can you please remind me? Oh, I might also do at some point if you guys want to see it. Did you guys enjoy when Nexum took over the live stream last year? That's probably going to be this way inclined with a darker section. Justin, are you still there? Have you run away? Today, Justin ran away with the circus, never to be seen again because you can't escape from the amazing digital circus. I've got the tune in my head, so that's what I'm saying. I don't care if it's true. That's what I've said, and that's what's happening. Justin has now been kidnapped into the amazing digital circus. Forever to be a dragon, like the one we're drawing here. Wah. Yes, I've lost the plot. It's a Monday night. It's 11 o'clock. Actually, we're making good progress considering we're going for about an hour. Yeah, that's it. An hour is all I can take nowadays. That's it. Yeah, I've gone crazy. No, I'm letting my inner narrators and just ideas flow. So it's been a very stressful weekend, and a few things have happened that have, well, a few things got to me this weekend. As it does, I'm only human, it gets to everybody, and I'm just adapting to a few things. But other than that, it's cool. Even Demon Boss. I fear nothing. Random demon shows a photo of the moniker. You're fired, Jeff. That'd be Loki. Oh, yeah. Here's a picture of the moniker. Jeff, you're fired. It's a quick question. What's it like voice acting? It's really, to start with, it's terrifying. Even if it's just the camera and you're recording yourself, you've got to literally ignore the fact that you don't like yourself on camera, ignore the fact that you think you look weird, ignore the fact that I'm talking to myself now, so anybody walking outside who can hear me, because I live in a flat or upstairs or downstairs can hear me, then it's a case of, oh, by the way, a flat's equivalent to like an apartment, if you're in the US. So basically, it's a case of I sound really crazy, and sometimes when I'm recording in the daytime and it's silent, people could probably hear me, and they can probably hear me as next to them arguing with another one. I think there's multiple people, but it's just me doing it. So it's a bit weird, and it takes a little while to get used to, but it is oh so fun. I think now that I've gotten used to doing it, it's easier. So I can go from Nexum, like, hey, you want to buy a mech armor? I got some of the sweetest mech armors around here. Much better than that Benny Sharp. You know, that fella over on that Pop Cross Studios guy. You know, much better than armors than he can make. So yeah, I'm the best mech armor creator this side, any side. Well, every side of every multiverse. And then I can swap to them now. So on some of them, so I can easily swap to like Aaronfold and then Dynaclaw and stuff, which is quite nice to be able to just swap between the characters, so I can record it in one go. It's only my voice holding out, which is the any issue if any. But yeah, it's fun. I have to say, I didn't think it before, but it's really fun. Oh yeah, I'm not being funny. Back it, I could quite easily see if I wanted to practice the personas enough, and I swapped between persona to persona at different times of the day. So I spent a couple hours as one, acting as Nexum's personality and his persona, and then Demonica's and everyone else's. I'm sure I'd probably get people would think I've got schizophrenia or DID, and I'm not knocking any of those conditions. I'm just saying I could easily see how someone would perceive it as that. They'd think they wouldn't understand it. They'd think I'm crazy, like Minecraft's foot. But no, I quite enjoy it. It's quite fun having a repertoire of characters and voices. It's really cool. Imagine Azul that and that slime ghost as a xenomorph. Oh, what Slimer and Azul? That'd be quite interesting. But as a xenomorph, you wouldn't be able to stop that. The slime from its ectoplasm would be um, basically molecular acid. So it would either phase through stuff or melt its way through stuff. It would just have the powers of Azul, which would be really weird. Let's make that one a bit bigger up here. I know this character's kind of like mostly hidden as such, and I'm not going into great deals the details and stuff for this one. I think I just turned the legs up actually into the hand of a clock. That's a funky design for you there. Yeah, I have to say I do like doing live streams because I can spend more time working on stuff. It does sometimes, it can get to you when you've only got a certain amount of time to work on something and it just seems like it's taking forever to do it, or you can't put as much as you want into what you're doing. And that's no disrespect to any artist that knocks things out super quickly. It's just sometimes on the community redraws, I can spend 4 hours on a picture. Sometimes it'll be an hour and a half in different redraws. It's just or videos. It just takes forever. Um, they got they got a bed ready for him at St. Madder Hospital for Magically Insane. Oh, and when I had my, and if I had, well, when I had my other narrators, I'm planning to. It's going to be really interesting. I've also fought the Felicity Raptor. I may tweak what her original narrator. I mean, she hasn't been in an episode yet, but I suppose you guys don't need to know this, but it's a bit behind the scenes. I originally fought a certain type of episode. However, I may tweak her design to allow her to be in multiple episodes. So she's a narrator for multiple ones, and we don't really have that. We know we've got narrators jump between different bits, but she might be an expert in two. Might also draw her really annoying. That'd be quite cool. Now, because this is a background dragon, not a main dragon, I am doing some details, but I'm not going super precise or over the top with the details. I kind of want the focus to still be the main character, and even if it's a part that's behind the main character, I just want to have enough. Best way to say it. I just want enough detail in here to complete the dragon when we do the color and the rendering, which I'm almost done with the inks. Like I say, this is a much simpler design than what people might be expecting for the dragon. I'm not doing a huge illustration piece at the moment. I'm working on oh, well, that went first time. I'm impressed with that. I'm just working at a concept level on this because it was just I wasn't expecting to do three different things in one in one live stream. Um, you got 507. Wow, that's a lot of references. Right, I need to change that back to that color. So I've got the contrast. And then I want to add multiple layers above it. And I'm going to go for the same thing of colors. So the first color is going to be that one, because that's going to tie in with that guy. Oh, maybe I better make it dark. Oh, I'll add the darkness over the top later. That's fine. Eyes got to be a green, which is that color. Oops. It's really weird, like taking a concept and then taking it to the next level in a sense on some bits, but not on all. Um, oh, no. I didn't do a lot of these over the side of it because it's more of a dragon than it is a anything else currently, but we'll get there. What should we do for the live stream next week? Or are you okay with me doing something really random and just picking it out of the blue topic that I see on YouTube? Should we do a skibidi toilet? I'm joking. I'm not doing skibidi toilet. Some people love it. Some people hate it. I don't have enough of a viewership to actually survive destroying my channel over it. Loki writes down his plan. Me. Hello, Loki. How do you? Hello. How do you get in here? You left the back door open and plus the vent. I have to design my profile picture. Yeah, I need to design a new profile picture. I don't want the picture of me. I want something more cartoony and iconic. I have been tempted to leave that open to community redraw as a potential possibility, but we shall see. It will just depend on what happens. But I better actually just turn that off so I can actually make sure I'm getting the right areas that I want to get with this. And I get the colors are blending in, but that's why I'm doing on separate layers so I can tweak stuff a bit later on. Uh, oh, thanks, Kingpin Creations. Yeah, it's only a quick dragon, to be honest. It's not one of my fleshed out ones. It's just I've drawn them enough now to be able to tweak Ben 10 stuff on. And one of the earlier bits on the channel was Ben 10 aliens as dragons. So this is kind of easy in a sense. Um, I am literally just sectioning bits out, which is quite fun and cool. Right, I've got to ask you guys a question. So a load of you have liked the suggestion by oh, Refan. Sorry, I'm going to skip this bit a minute. Refan, I'm glad you woke up and you caught the stream. Thank you so much for joining and long time no see. Also, Fake Mon, it's the next community redraw. So if you want to submit it, get it in, but you've got until January the 19th, I believe it is. So you've got plenty of time on it. Sorry, I just thought I'd add that out there. To community redraws, I'm plugging it a little bit. Uh, oh, performance in a D&D club. Oh, you're the dungeon master. Nice, Omenheart. Good luck. I need to try and get some D&D games in at some point. Trying to sort it with some guys at work because they got me introduced to it, but haven't been able to finish it off properly yet. Um, so that's been... Okay, I think that's pretty much the main colours done. All I need for this. Oh, hang on. I need... Nope. That is the main colours pretty much done to match him. Cool. Okay then. I'm going to turn him off. Sounds really weird. And work on that. You feel like redesigning this duo again? Yeah, have fun with if that's what you want to do. I'm definitely gonna have some fun. In fact, actually, I will probably start that series I mentioned. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm contemplating starting a series where I take your original characters. So you design an original character, you put it onto like your Instagram, and you do a certain hashtag. And I'll release this nearer the time over Christmas or start in the year. You release a hashtag, and then every couple of months or every month, I might take one for a video or a couple of shorts. I might take a couple of them at random and redraw your OCs in my style or a digital painting style to then be done, which would be quite good. You'll think you'll skip January's community redraw as much as you would like to submit your design, perhaps another time, and let someone else take the spotlight. Omenheart, it's all it's all good. Submit it if you want a chance to be in it. Um, I know we've had more submissions from that redraw than we had from the last one already. So we've had more submissions come in. So it will be up to like pot luck. But yeah, feel free to submit and then yeah, see what happens. Uh, that Instagram Oja character style would be super interesting, especially with the infinite possibilities. So, yeah, I mean, I'll be doing it in my style or a style that I want to do at that point. But I might do a digital portrait style and try and learn that and use that to learn the style at the same time as doing your OCs in one of my styles. I've got multiple ones. But it might also it's another way to give back to you guys that I could probably do as shorts or something. So it works for me, but it works for you. No worries, Omen Hart. Thank you for joining, and we'll catch you next time. And you've got plenty of time before the redraw for January, so think about it if you want to supply your Pokemon or Fakemon. Well, your Fakemon to it. Uh, Done with the war now into politics. Oh, well, they're connected, so you should have fun with that. Um, things that with the community redraw, I got an idea to make my own Pokemon region, and I have two legendary Pokemon based on two mythical creatures I find cool. That's fine. You might have to pick one to use though. But yeah, by all means, you can make your own Pokemon, make their own regions for it, add a bit of a Pokedex entry, the name. So Pokedex entry is like a paragraph or two description of the Pokemon, like you get. Um, the name and any stats. Because some people actually create a Pokedex looking design with it from a template that's out there. Some people just send in the lore and the Pokemon, which is awesome. But yeah, that'll be quite cool and quite interesting to see. I'm really looking forward to seeing everybody's concepts and designs on this, to be honest. I really think it will help with making things pop and work really nicely. But yeah, so as I mean for the redraw design, I've got an idea what I'm doing with them. That and it does tie in heavily with a story I'm planning for the channel. That's the only hints people are getting. It's going to tie in with a story eventually on the channel. Um, but that's it. There's actually no more hints or anything for anybody because I've said no, you're not allowed them. Alpha locking is great, by the way, in case you wonder what I'm doing. It allows you to lock a section of color that you start coloring, give a bit of contrast to it. Got the lighter blue, just there's a few bits in here. Probably a bit of lighter blue than the shadow, just to give some more contrast. And then with the green, again, it's the same concept. Alpha lock it, select the color, select the darker color that you want for it, and then just build up where the shadows will go. And then get the green again, go the other way in the color wheel, which is basically the slider is left or right. You want to go more warmer colors for the lighter bit, darker colors for the bit like the yellows, and you can add the kind of like gradient and detail in. Um, I might actually do a video on values if anybody's interested in that. That could be quite cool. Explaining why you should use values and when you should use values, which is basically when you see the black and white drawings that people do. Uh, Long story short, values are your contrast between areas, and that's why people working without color in black and white they get better contrast on their designs, and then they add the colors on top. But I can do a whole video or short on that with some information, like a top tips series, if need be, with examples. Uh, Tegan says, I already have. Oh yeah, you Pokemon and Pokedex entry. I honestly want it to be a real Pokemon because we haven't seen much Pokemon based on the animal I use. Then Tegan, submit that one into the redraw, and I may draw it as best I can to make it into whatever I'm doing with it, and keep it as a Pokemon, or the feel and essence of it. If I twist the story, if I do turn it into something, it's not really going to be the same Pokemon, but you know what I mean. Um, Alert code red. Yeah, it's all red at the moment. Potential series idea. Create a narrator who has an arch nemesis who goes around the multiverse creating Frankenstein's characters and creatures in those universes. Um, Rifan, that's not a bad idea. The only thing I need to bear in mind on that is the Frankenstein creations out of characters and creatures. I'd need to map them out in advance because that's going to be, depending on how many characters are, that can be quite a few. But I think everybody likes the idea of Frankenstein-based monsters, by the sound of things. Add a few more of these. So merge that down. Merge that down. That's going to be my hard light grainy layer. That's going to go to. I put hard light at like 10%, maybe less. And the whole reason for it is once you go over it with this, it gives you that grainy texture, but you don't want it too strong. So even though I've gone over it and it's there, actually that might be enough. Okay, I'll leave it at that for now. And then obviously I want to do I do an overlay with a bright light color, which is going to be the cream color, and an airbrush just to give some highlight areas. and I just want to do it on a few sections in general, because now comes the fun part. I want to actually do things a different way around on this one. So we've got him in there, which is going to be quite cool. I want to have a couple layers. First one is actually going to really, really screw everybody heads over. And I'm going to have a contrast between him and the background for now. I will fix that later, but there is a reason for that. I'm now going to go and do the lighting on the character. Yeah, I'm doing it in a different order than normal. I'm doing this big lighting. Alert code red. Rockstar dropped trailer for GTA 6. Alert. Okay, that's cool, Marin. Um, we'll check that out later on that one. Ah, yes, and Minecraft's right. Just be careful with the amount of caps, Marin. I know it's not on purpose, so it's all good. It's just a case of just be careful on it because it appears it becomes shouting at that point on the speak, and we try and keep the caps under controls a little bit. Other than that, it's all good. Might have to check out that trailer a bit later. I don't really play GTA much anymore, but I'll definitely be checking out that trailer. No worries, Maureen, it's fine. Actually, this might be quite interesting with the dragon. Because in essence, potentially, his his design is going to pick up the blue light on one side and then the green light on the other side, and we might actually have like his foot have half green, half blue, which would be quite cool. The dragon looks amazing. Thank you, Tegan. I'm really enjoying how this is coming out right now, in terms of the design. I am taking inspiration on the lighting effect that we're doing from another YouTuber who has some amazing art for this style. But like I said, I am using it on here as a test piece, but I am not going to mention who they are until I actually do the video that I'm planning using part of this technique in it. Um, just because even though I want to give that, I don't want to give any pieces away of what I'm planning to do for this video, because I want to try and keep it on the lowdown, just so that people don't go suggesting it on other channels and it gets released, and then it becomes a case of like Popcross has already done that, for example, and this is one's already done that, and this one's already done that. Not that I don't mind, if they do it first and they come up with it and that. I just want to minimize my idea being used before I get a chance to put it out there, because it's the first idea I've actually thought this could be amazing. And I'm not going to drop a spoiler because yeah, it will act on the rest of what I'm doing. And as much as I love the other channels and that, we do art like Kingpin Creations and everybody. This is one idea you're not pinching until it's done. Just because I stood still. Wow, they put a trailer already and it's coming out in 2 years. That's talk about future planning. Yeah, this is probably gonna go down here and here. It's really weird trying to think of the surfaces where it will pick up this color and where it won't, because obviously you've got to think different surfaces bounce the light differently. So there's going to be bits that potentially will not pick up the color, and there's going to be other bits that will heavily pick up the color. and it might not look right just yet, but once I add the extra details in, this should look quite nice. It's just one of those weird stages in between where it kind of looks cool, and you get the idea of the impact and the contrast, but there's no guarantee that it's like where everybody wants it just yet. Yeah, no, he's Kingpin Creations. In fact, I need to DM you at some point on Discord, so keep an eye out for that, Kingpin. Nothing to worry about. I just need to check a few things, like when I asked you the question the other day. Um, that can be blue under there. That's going to be blue on that side. Yes, please do. It's just keep your eyes peeled for anything changing on the Discord, whether it's a role permission or something, or a message. I haven't decided how I'm going to do it yet, but there is something that's um, I need to find some information out from you, but obviously I can't ask you on a live stream or anything because YouTube has certain community guideline rules and everything else, and makes everything a little bit tricky. No, don't really make it tricky. It's just a case of just want to do things the right way around. What I'm doing. I'm also like waffling as I'm working on this. Oh, I really have the Amazing Digital Circus stuck in my head, which is nice but annoying. Marin, yeah, I've had video topics that I've started on the channel thinking it'd be a good idea, or I've done because it's been suggested, and as I started it, I've not wanted to do it. Um, but I've done it. Marin, the only help I can give you is to just do it. And here is who the heck is that? Someone who is staying because they make cat treats. Oh, that's so funny. I might actually just steal that for a video. That's quite a funny bit there. That's a nice little comedy sketch, Tegan. If I steal that in the video, I will definitely give you a shout if I steal a funny bit like that. That's just brilliant. That made me chuckle. I need that green color, wasn't it? 'Cause I want to go that one. Ah, I still got the Amazing Circus, Digital Circus in my head. I haven't had that in my head all week or something, and now it just jumped in. Good luck, Myron. I don't know if you're jumping out the stream now or not, or if you're staying, but good luck with your endeavours on that project or the work you've got to do. I say project because yeah. And that's one thing that always gets me is the difference between like British and American pronunciations. I'm not being mean here. It's just all the times I see project or they go, I've got that project to work on. It's like to me, it's like I've got that project to work on. It's just the pronunciation between the languages, but I'm like, it's this way. Yeah, it's just it just got into my head just then, and now all I can do is I've just got that starting intro bit from the Digital Circus, just that da 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 bit in my head. and it's just frustrating when that happens. I've zoomed in a bit because I want to make sure I'm getting the correct edges on here being highlighted because they're not exactly going to be all the same all the way through because of the shadows. Dempsey, you're being told to make another digital circus video. I expect I am, and it probably will be Venomized or something. So I will. If I did do Venomized, Kingpin Creations, I will be shouting out your video because that's what's put the idea in my head for Venomized one. I don't know who gave you the original idea, but because you did it, I've seen it and I thought I did think about it and seen how well it's done in yours. I'm like, I want to do that. Yeah. What's your ringtone, by the way? What, my one or someone else's? My ringtone varies depending on who's calling me, so I can't really say what it is. I've got a variety of them. I do like a bit of AC/DC, so that has been my ringtone before in the past. Shoot to Thrill, the one they used in the Iron Man film, but pretty much, but it is from AC/DC. Yeah, got to love a little bit of AC/DC. And then that means that I can do this. That one will actually be that way around. It looks odd looking at it for where the light's going, but the light's coming from like that way along, so parts of it won't actually show that you think will show. Parts of it will show that you don't think will show. It's complicated. Light doesn't work how we expect it to. It's one of the worst things ever. That one there. It's really weird trying to figure out light at sometimes. It doesn't do quite what you'd expect it to do, which makes it annoying. The whole reason I've done this is I can now duplicate that layer like I did before. Gaussian blur this one. And then take this one and pretty much do an add layer on top, so use darker color. And then just 62. Remembering the numbers is to keep it 62 and just merge that down. And what that gives us is our nice, lovely blowing effect that we've got with the other guy. Now, obviously, I chose different colors because he's going to be in the background, and I've made them darker. They're actually lighter than that. Actually, I quite like it when it's light. I might actually make that. I'll make that darker now. See, maybe I shouldn't make that darker now. I can't make my mind up. It's one of those fun things that's happening. Yeah, what have we got? Dempsey, you could do the digital circuit Xenomorph idea I suggested. It is on the list. Xenomorphs are very difficult to draw. I still haven't finished my Avenger Xenomorphs drawings. I haven't finished the first one I started. Oh, crap. I haven't even finished that yet. I was planning an Avenger Xenomorphs episode and that went out the window. That was like a few months back. Oops. Maybe I should have to do that. Um, so yeah, we'll have to see what happens with that. But yeah. Okay, so now I need to work on the shadows. So predominantly, the shadows are all going to be And even if they're lit up areas, there will be shadows still going through everywhere. It's actually quite fun adding the shadows on this now because where the shadows fall are actually going to give it quite a cool effect on aspects. It's going to be really fun. Uh, there's one. So I want to add a little bit of a shape here because there's technically a good bit here. But like, in case you're wondering, I'm trying to pinch a different style and put it into my artwork that I've seen. So this is why the designs are subject to interpretation a little bit at the moment with the lights and shadows. But it does actually give quite a cool effect on this. And that's going to be given its own little shadow here. Tiny shadow here. That's going to there. Again, a shadow because the light's in two different sources. So the shadows are going to literally, where you normally have a shadow on one side, it's kind of, say, pointing left and right. They're going to kind of like cross over slightly. Ed Draws, hello and welcome to the stream. I'm just working on the water hazard style dragon that's going with our water hazard style hero, which we've got. So I'm just literally working on the dragon in the background and trying to make it pop as well as add a few details and things just to keep it looking quite cool. But it's got a bit of a design's gonna have a few funkier elements on it because of the way the light works on the design. But yeah, how are you? How's your evening going? And welcome to the stream. What does the theme of the Pokemon mean? How do you mean? The theme of the Pokemon, Tegan. Can you be a bit more? I'll try and answer the question from what I think it means, but I don't know if it's what you're asking. Also, Edros, if you've got any questions for art or anything, or um, or questions about what's been drawn or anything, then feel free to drop it in the chat, and I'll answer them if I can. I think I kind of just want to highlight on that one now. I'm not really worried about a lot more. I just want to do maybe an ad with a grey color. just drop that down a bit. Make this one look a bit more neater and shinier than his counterpart. I think this is looking out quite cool, this dragon now. Just give a few random shaped bits in here. Then potentially add that back over the top. Then drop him in there. Contrast. Maybe if I change the colour of it. Maybe a darker red. Darker. Almost black. No. I quite preferred that original one actually over the top. Yeah. Oh wow, I can make him a dark silhouetted version in the background. Hmm. I mean, what does the theme mean? Like, is it the theme of the light lava of the lava? It depends which series you're on for the theme of the Pokemon. So the very first one was about Ash, or the very first one was about catching the Pokemon, being the best Pokemon trainer by having all the Pokemon, in your Pokedex. So that's what the theme song was for, uh, I believe. I think I'm going to need to just add a bit more contrast in a few areas. So yeah, something like that. That's quite cool. And then just drop that maybe down here a little bit. I quite like that. I need to think of a background behind them though. Right, let's merge a few of these down so that I've got more room to make a background because that'll look quite cool. Um, I'm going to do the very best like no one ever was before. Yeah, it's definitely for that concept. I'm going to go with what background do we want? I suppose I best find the red and find the complementary color for the background. So harmony wise, if I find the red on his suit here, harmony wise, supposed to be lighting it up and then find it. Is that not actually letting me find the harmony version of it? Oh, there we go. There's a blue color. So that blue color is actually the complementary to it, which is garishly brighter than I was expecting. Harmony. I'll tell you what. We'll create our background. I have enough colors in here to be able to do that. Halloween colors. We'll do it. We'll use them. I can then take a load of the colors and add some cool, not quite spooky, but kind of spooky effects to it. Beauty of it is I can always change colours as I need to as I go along a little bit. So even though we've got these currently, I may add a few colour things to it, which will be quite cool and it will look quite nice, hopefully by the end of it. Um, Potentially though, I could also add a bit of a ground texture to it behind him and the dragon. That's probably going to need a colour layer with, if we go colour and we go with a purple colour. Oh, wrong layer, never mind. That can become a colour layer. I love how textures can work really nicely to your advantage. What do you guys think about this is turning out? Sorry, I'm just adjusting myself in the seat a little bit, but what do you guys think about this one? It's not looking too bad. I haven't added any major light or anything, but I think I might. The dragon's quite out contrasting him at the moment, so I think I might need to just add that in a few areas and maybe add a small bit of a mask. Maybe just give it a little bit of a focal area on this side, but not too much. Bit on that side. But I appreciate that Kingpin creations. Thank you. Yeah, the dragon's turned out better than I thought it would for a really simple side view, which I'm really, really pleased with. It's really cool to have that. Just need to sort, mm, let me start with instantly. It's all good fun doing this, but coming out of backgrounds is really tricky to do. That's a lot of slides, man. I think you've done a fair amount for what you're doing, so I'd be happy with what you got and just, you know, take a chill, take a break, and don't overdo it. And then I need one more layer. Yeah, it won't let me. Yeah, well, I will find a layer if I want a layer. Give me that layer. Got sparkles down here. So sparkles is a really nice effect. So once I've done that, I need to change that to that. Yeah, I think that'll do for this one. It's kind of a bit different than my normal style, but I quite like how this turned out. I'm just wondering what else I could do to make the character himself pop and not look like he's a bit off the ground. I suppose what I want to do is I want to move the character. And then I want to. I'm going to flatten them. I'm going to take a big decision now. I've just flattened all of those layers, so I cannot edit this character properly again. But the reason is because he should be behind this character. So if I drop the opacity just a bit, I can see where to erase and where to keep. And the idea is this will then place him behind the elements on the dragon. And it will give the illusion, because the feet aren't exactly in correct contrast to the rest of it, but it gives the illusion that he's stood on the ground more. Very good trick that. Yes, stepping on the tail. You're gonna have bags under your eyes for days. Don't worry, I have them most days, so it's not a problem. I'm just wondering if I should add. Uh, you see, I've had loads of brushes and effect brushes and stuff in the past, so when it comes to certain things, I've always got potentially a brush for that. Why not? I'm going to improvise. So I've got a blood spray brush, which that's as big as it goes. Until I blow that up. That's quite cool, actually. What's Bloom do again? So just blow the color up. I can't remember what Bloom does on a character. Doesn't work on that one. Never mind. Oh, is that because I got no? The layer behind's hidden. So why isn't that working? Halftone will work, won't it? Oh wow, that's insane. I can give him a really halftone effect. Look, he's dissolving out the multiverse, and he's coming back. I think that's probably where we'll leave it today on that one. I'm really pleased with how this one came out, actually. This looks quite cool. I might have a few minor tweaks to do post before I publish it, but I really love how that kind of worked. So that's a really cool idea. I can't remember, it was the polls that was voted for all of it, like from everyone. So it's really cool from the last stream. And it's only taken us about 2 hours, which is really cool. Yeah, it's come out really nice, hasn't it, Tegan? I think the contrast of colours works quite nicely on it, and it's just it blends together the characters. I think in future I might change the color of parts of it, but the light's hitting and then he's hitting. It's kind of like he's I know it's hard to explain, but it's like, yeah, that's my dragon. There are a few things I can see in it which I do need to improve upon, but all in all, I'm really pleased with this one. It looks really cool. Uh, yeah, it did with those dots. I was debating trying to get that to work that way. Actually, let's try some. When you've got extra layers, you can paste the whole canvas on. So on duplicate that comes on. I just want to see what certain things do. So we've got the bloom effect. Oh wow, that's quite intense. Oh, cool, make it like a dream. Yeah, supernova, they're all doomed. Yeah, I don't like that. Going OTT on that one. Um, Halftone. So I'll have a look at the halftone one. That's the kind of major halftone one, like an old-fashioned comic. Screen print, it's just like, yeah, that's a really like a canvas. And newspaper is just really, really tricky. Oh, this is one of the fun ones. The chromatic aberrations are just, you can just animate. You can feel the whole kind of like shift, can't you? Like, oh, I should have done that. Never mind. I know that for next time now. When you have an idea and you realize something, you're like, oh no. Or it's a glitch and the digital circus has gotten in. No, I'm quite happy with how that is, to be honest. I'll leave it at that. I had a little play around, but yeah. Do we have any questions before we call it a night? It's kind of weird saying that about midnight on a Monday night, but we finished this illustration and I will start planning out the next ones for next week on Monday, as well as the rest. But yeah, no. Do we have any questions? I'll give it a few seconds or whatever it is for it to catch up, and then if not, I will call it a night on this, and I will maybe just tidy this up a little bit with a bit of lighting in Photoshop just to contrast the curves. Actually, that's the point. I haven't done curves. Uh, hang on, just adjust it slightly. Um, Too much that was. I did want to adjust the curves, but just a little bit. I think that's it. Just bring that up a little bit so that when we do the final save out, it'll work quite nicely. You want to own that dragon? That'd be a pretty sick dragon, wouldn't it? Yes, you can pet the dragon. Um, I guess it's a case now of saying goodnight to everybody. I don't think we've got any art questions. If you do think of anything, drop it on the comments because I usually pick the comments up every now and again when they come through on the app. So drop anything in the comments, and thank you all for watching the stream. Hope you have a good rest of the week, and I'll catch you on Friday's episode, which will be a video. Oh, bye, guys.